Hey guys, this is Stacy from eatthebite.com, and today I'm making this incredible creamy Dijon chicken breast. The recipe comes together like this. We'll finely dice some garlic, chop a little fresh thyme, dried thyme works too, pound our chicken in cutlets, grate a little cheese, make a cheese monster if there's time. We'll season our chicken with salt and pepper. We'll coat the chicken in flour, cook it in olive oil and butter. We're going to make a sauce by adding the garlic to the pan with chicken broth, heavy cream, Dijon mustard, a little Worcestershire sauce, the thyme, and some cheese. Once it thickens, we'll add the chicken back in there to cook a couple of minutes, and you're done. So, let me show you how to make it. Let's get our prep done first by chopping the garlic. I usually start by slicing the garlic into thin rounds and then dicing it down into finer bits from there. We'll set that aside in a little ramekin for now. I'm using fresh thyme for this recipe, but dried thyme will work as well. If you're using fresh, we're going to gently pull the thyme leaves from the sprigs like you see here. And after that, I just did a rough chop here since the leaves are already pretty tiny. So, we've got our garlic and our thyme done. And now we're moving on to the chicken. I'm using already thin cut chicken cutlets, and even though they are thin, I'm still going to pound them down a little bit more to make sure we're at 1/4 inch in thickness. And I'm using 6 cutlets total for this recipe. After we finish pounding the chicken, we're going to go ahead and season it with a light sprinkling of salt and pepper. Then we are going to go ahead and turn that chicken over and season the other side with salt and pepper as well. I pretty much always have a chunk of Parmesan cheese around, and this was very special Parmesan Reggiano cheese, so I decided to use that. But really, a couple of tablespoons of shaker parm will work as well. I grated it right on my microplane, and we're only using about 2 tablespoons for this recipe. And I suppose if you're feeling silly, you can make a little cheese monster. Next up, we are going to dredge the chicken into some flour. It's pretty easy. I used a fork. We just cover the chicken with the flour, turn it over to make sure the flour is covering the whole piece, and you're done. You'll repeat that process for all the chicken. So now we're going to move this operation over to the stove top, where I've heated up some butter and some olive oil. I've got my pan on medium heat. I'm going to place the cutlets right into the pan, and then you don't want to touch them for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once you see them turning golden brown around the edges, you can turn those over. Then we're going to cook another few minutes and set them aside. I'm going to add the garlic right into the pan with all the brown bits, and we're going to cook this about 30 to 60 seconds until it's fragrant. I'm going to add 1 cup of chicken broth, and I like to use the Pacific low sodium brand for this. All we're doing after that is letting it heat up for a minute or two, giving it a stir. Then we're going to go ahead and add the heavy cream, the Dijon mustard, a couple of shakes of Worcestershire sauce, pinch of the fresh thyme. Then we're going to whisk this together until it's well combined. You're going to see the sauce start to thicken here as well, and you'll see it bubbling around the edges in the middle. And we're going to go ahead and add that cheese right in there. We'll give it another mix until the cheese is melted. Now we're ready to add the chicken cutlets back in there. And while I cook the pieces in 2 separate batches, I'm going to kind of squeeze them all into the pan here, spoon the sauce over the top, let it cook another couple of minutes, and the sauce will fully thicken, and we're done. I garnished the chicken with a little extra cheese on top, a little fresh chopped parsley, that's optional, and I also threw in a couple of lemon wedges as well. This is a seriously delicious creamy Dijon chicken, and I hope you give this one a try. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Cheese monster, no, happy cheese monster. Serious cheese monster, sad cheese monster. I think I like happy cheese monster. I don't know. Okay. This is about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese and a happy cheese monster.